They say that deep within the dark forests of Eastern Europe there lives a creature so terrifying that even the bravest warriors fear to speak her name. A being of immense power, a devourer of the lost, and a trickster who can grant wishes or curse you for eternity. This is the legend of Baba Yaga, the fearsome witch of Slavic folklore. But what if I told you that some believe she is real? Baba Yaga is no ordinary witch. Unlike the fairy tale witches of the West, she doesn't simply lure children with candy. Her legend is much darker. Described as an old, haggard woman with iron teeth and claws, she lives in a hut that stands on giant chicken legs, constantly moving through the dense woods. Those who stumble upon her home by accident rarely return to tell the tale. Many stories about Baba Yaga involve travelers seeking her wisdom, but knowledge comes at a price. Those who dare to approach her must pass impossible trials. Some say she demands labor, cleaning, cooking, or solving riddles, while others claim she asks for something far more sinister, a soul to replace her own. Fail, and she will devour you. Succeed, and she may grant you a powerful blessing or let you leave with your life. One of the most chilling stories comes from a Russian man named Viktor Petrov, a hunter who ventured too deep into the Siberian wilderness. According to his diary, he became lost after a sudden blizzard. For hours he wandered through the cold until he stumbled upon an old wooden hut in the middle of the forest. Desperate for shelter, he knocked on the door. A voice, croaky, ancient, told him to enter. Inside he saw an old woman stirring a pot over a fire, her long nails clicking against the wooden spoon. The smell of rotten meat filled the air. She offered him food, but something inside him screamed not to eat. When he refused, her eyes glowed yellow and she laughed, a deep, unnatural cackle. Terrified, Victor ran. He claimed the hut stood up on massive chicken legs and turned away from him. The next thing he remembered, he woke up miles away in the snow, with no footprints leading to or from where he lay. Legends say that Baba Yaga is known to steal children who wander too far from home. There are countless reports of missing children in Eastern Europe who were last seen near the edges of the forest. Some parents have even reported hearing laughter coming from the woods at night, a laughter that doesn't belong to any human. In 1998, a woman named Elena Kozlova shared her terrifying childhood memory. At the age of 7, she and her friends dared each other to go deep into the forest near their village. As they played, they saw an old woman watching them from the trees, her teeth gleaming in the moonlight. One by one, her friends ran away, but Eleanor felt paralyzed, unable to move. The old woman whispered something to her, though she couldn't understand the words. Then, without explanation, Eleanor blacked out. She woke up outside her home, covered in scratches and bruises, with no memory of how she got there. Her friends said she had vanished for 3 days, yet to her it felt like only minutes. In some versions of the legend, Baba Yaga is not just one being, but 3 sisters, each as terrifying as the other. Together they weave fate, control the cycle of life and death, and serve as the gatekeepers to the world of the spirits. Some believe she is a goddess of death. Others say she is the personification of winter's harsh grip on the land. But one thing is certain, she is not to be underestimated. A story from Poland tells of a backpacker who got lost in the woods in the 1970s. He later reported seeing a glowing hut deep in the trees, with shadows moving inside. As he approached, he heard a voice whispering his name, even though he had told no one where he was going. When he turned to run, he felt a hand grab his shoulder, but when he looked back, no one was there. He ran all the way back to the village, where locals warned him, "You were not meant to see her and live." Even today, reports of encounters with Baba Yaga persist. Hikers, campers and explorers claim to hear strange voices in the woods, see unexplained footprints, or find small bones arranged in symbols near abandoned cabins. Some even claim to have seen an old, twisted figure standing at the edge of the trees watching, waiting. Some believe that Baba Yaga is more than just a legend. Could she be a remnant of an ancient pagan deity? A spirit bound to the forests of Eastern Europe? Or is she something far worse? Something that lurks in the shadows, waiting for the foolish and the lost. Interestingly, stories of Baba Yaga share similarities with other legends from around the world. In Japan, there is Yama-uba, a witch who lives in the mountains and preys on travellers. In Scotland, the Cailleach is a winter hag with immense power. And in Africa, the Obaifo is a dark spirit that feeds on fear. Could these legends all be connected? One thing is clear, Baba Yaga is not just a bedtime story. Whether she is a spirit, a witch, or something even older, those who claim to have met her say one thing: if you hear her voice, do not follow it. If you see her hut, run. Because once Baba Yaga sets her eyes on you, she never forgets. So, is Baba Yaga just a myth? Or is there something more to the legend? If you ever find yourself wandering through a dense, foggy forest and hear an eerie cackle in the distance, you might want to turn back before it's too late. What do you think about Baba Yaga? Do you believe she could be real? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more terrifying legends from around the world.